Good evening, I'm Matt Woodman. This is CTV News at 5. Tonight, by-election day. 3 new MLAs will be elected in Alberta, including 2 in Edmonton. Fan Park fuss. City Council debates if part of Ice District should benefit from public dollars. And leaning local, the Edmonton Elks hoping some homegrown players will help the team find success.
CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Matt Woodman.
Voters in Edmonton are casting their ballots in 2 of 3 by-elections happening in Alberta today. One of the Edmonton ridings is considered a sure bet for the NDP. The other one, though, is expected to be much closer. CTV's Miriam Valdez-Carletti has more on this story for us tonight. So, Miriam, it's an important night for the leader of the Alberta NDP, Naheed Nenshi.
Yeah, that's right, Matt. This is Nenshi's chance to win a seat in the legislature, something he's likely to get. He's running in Edmonton Strathcona, former NDP leader Rachel Notley's longtime riding. The other by-election in Edmonton is in Edmonton Ellerslie, which could be a tight race between the NDP and UCP.
Conservative Party. Yeah, I just agree with their values.
I think I will vote for NDP.
UCP will going to win this one.
Voting for the same party, even though I don't know too much about the candidate.
The seat in Edmonton Ellerslie was previously held by NDP candidate Rod Loyola. He resigned to run in the federal election. The NDP hope Gurtej Singh Brar is a match for former Conservative MLA Naresh Bhardwaj, who held the seat from 2008 to 2015. One political consultant we spoke with says it'll likely be a tight race, and results could determine the future of the New Democrat Party.
It would be a surprise to me if they lost this seat. If the NDP holds on to it, shows that they remain strong in the city, in their core voters. If they lose it here, that's not a good sign for them, right? It shows that in their fortress, they're losing support, and they can't afford to do that as they build towards the next provincial election.
Voting in the Edmonton Ellerslie riding opened late this morning, which means polls will stay open later until 8:19 tonight. And in southern Alberta, people are also voting in Old Didsbury Three Hills riding. The leader of the Republican Party of Alberta is taking a run at that seat. And we'll have the latest results on our website at ctvnewsedmonton.ca. Matt?
All right, Miriam Valdez-Carletti live in studio tonight. Thank you. A local daycare worker is facing assault charges. RCMP have charged 21-year-old Navam Sharma with 5 counts of assault. RCMP say officers responded to complaints at Emerald Park Daycare in Sherwood Park 2 months ago. They identified 5 victims between the ages of 5 and 8. Emerald Park Daycare says Sharma worked there for 2 weeks. However, police say the assaults happened over a 3-week period between mid-March and early April. Sharma is expected in court in July. RCMP say a 6-year-old who disappeared from his home in Cold Lake Sunday has been found dead. Police put out a notice about the missing boy just before 8 o'clock Sunday night. It said he was last seen around 5 o'clock that afternoon. An RCMP update after midnight says the boy was found dead. Police say the death is not considered suspicious and they will not release the cause of death. A man who survived last week's rock slide in Banff has identified his friend as the second victim. Khalid El Gamal says this is one of the last pictures he took with his friend Hamza Benalau. It was taken the day before the rock slide that killed the 33-year-old from BC and a 70-year-old woman from Calgary. The friends immigrated to Canada in 2022 to get their MBAs and were roommates in Surrey. They were vacationing in Calgary and Banff for a week. A hotel guest suggested visiting Bow Lake. Khalid says they hiked up the falls and took these photos seconds before he described hearing and seeing part of the mountain give way.
He still tried to save me. He did scream out loud, telling me to run, 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 and that's kind of like what helped me get back on to my senses and start running, because I was like in a shock and I thought it seemed like a movie scene, just seeing rocks coming from the sky there.
Khalid says Hamza's brother is flying in from Morocco to try and bring his body home. The EPS Homicide Unit is investigating a woman's death in southwest Edmonton. Police were called about an injured woman inside a home in the Chappelle neighborhood this morning. Police say she was in medical distress when they arrived. Paramedics tried to save her, but she died there. Investigators at this point consider her death suspicious. A 19-year-old man has died after crashing his motorcycle early Sunday morning. It happened at 49A Street and Millwoods Road just after 1:30 a.m. Police say the driver lost control of the motorcycle before hitting a curb and a tree. Police believe the driver was speeding. Mounties have charged an 18-year-old after finding guns during a search earlier this month. Police say the organized crime team found a number of guns at a home in Marwayne, just north of Lloydminster. Officers believe at least some of the guns were stolen, and the accused was trying to sell the guns illegally online. He's facing firearms-related charges, including weapons trafficking. The University of Alberta says it's aware of 19 U of A students currently in Iran. It says multiple other students have made their way to the Iranian border, while others have travel plans to Turkey in place. Iran and Israel have exchanged missile strikes for 11 days now. The United States is also getting involved. Some local Iranians say it's been tough getting a hold of family back home. They say the government has shut down the internet. The escalation between the three countries has many local Iranians dealing with conflicting emotions.
One strong viewpoint is that the Islamic regime must end, and they are wanting an end to this tyranny at all costs, this war included. And then there is another group that is opposed to foreign country invading Iran and strongly believe that no democracy will be achieved unless it comes from social movements and change being carried out by the people of Iran.
Today, Iran retaliated and attacked a U.S. military base in Qatar after the United States dropped 3 bombs on 3 nuclear facilities on Saturday. Alberta Health says there are 2 new cases of measles in the Edmonton zone. That brings the total number of cases in Edmonton since the outbreak started to 9. The Edmonton cases are 2 of 30 new cases across Alberta since Friday. Province-wide, a total of 1,050 cases have been confirmed. The majority of measles cases in Alberta have been in children who are not vaccinated. Cooler temperatures and rain are helping tame the wildfire situation in most parts of Alberta. The province says fires in the northern region are expected to escalate in the next few days. According to the provincial dashboard, 49 wildfires are burning across Alberta. 19 are considered out of control. Alberta Wildfire says fires in the northern Slave Lake and high-level forest areas saw less rain than other parts of the province. It says many of the fires burning across Alberta are also burning underground. It says rain can help buy time, but it's not usually enough to put them out completely. Wildfire officials warn it's still early in the season with a lot of heat ahead.
It doesn't take much for that moisture to evaporate, so it buys us time, but we're still going to see fire danger increase in the coming weeks, especially as the heat of the summer really settles in. That's just to be expected.
Thunderstorms carry the potential to spark new fires. The province also says during a weekend there's a spike in human-caused fires. They're asking people to be cautious this Canada Day. Well, Josh, summer's just getting started around here, but it's been kind of a cooler and damp start to the summer.
Yeah, the cool part will change in the coming days. We'll get back into the 20s starting tomorrow, but the occasional showers and thunderstorms, that'll be a part of the forecast almost every single day through the rest of this week. It's 13 degrees downtown Edmonton right now. You had highs of 16 and 18 over the weekend, even cooler today, 14 so far for the daytime high. I think once the official numbers are in, we'll bump that up to 15. Regardless, it will be well below average, 22 the average daytime high. The average low is not 1, it's 11 degrees, so a couple degrees cooler than average for a morning low today. I think we're probably in the 5 or 6 degree range to start the day tomorrow, so it will be a crisp start to the day. Little contrast from this morning when we had some big thunderstorms roll through the Edmonton area, even some hail in northern parts of the city, but this is what it looks like right now. We were expecting some clearing by midday. It took a little longer. We started to see a bit of sunshine breaking through the clouds through this afternoon, and we'll see a bit more of the clear skies over the next little while. As of right now, under a mix of sun and cloud here in the Edmonton area. You can see off to the northeast, spinning back towards the city. On the backside of this big area of low pressure, there will be a few more clouds that go through this evening, and then we'll get some clearing. Had a lot of thunderstorms through east central, northeastern Alberta right now, southern western parts of the province dealing with some of those thunderstorms, but they will all avoid the Edmonton region for the rest of tonight. So we're dry for tonight. Skies clearing. We'll get to about 6 degrees tomorrow morning with mainly sunny skies to start, and then some increase in cloud tomorrow afternoon. And in the evening hours, we get a chance of a shower or thunderstorm tomorrow. Another chance of showers, thunderstorms Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We'll get into all those details in a couple minutes.
All right, Josh, thank you. Coming up next on CTV News, downtown debate. City councilors discussing whether public dollars should benefit another Oilers project.
The owners can pay for it themselves. They don't need Edmontonians to pay for this. We have a lot of other priorities that we need to pay for.
Brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
You're watching CTV News at 5.
A new event park beside Rogers Place is complicating the debate around a special downtown tax program. Council is deciding whether to extend the community revitalization levy that would boost investment in the core. Right now, that investment includes public money for projects on land owned by the Oilers Entertainment Group. CTV's Jeremy Thompson reports.
Alex Dakota Park opened downtown in 2017. Community green space paid for through a special tax program called a community revitalization levy.
We see this as a large benefit for the downtown community.
Since 2015, the CRL has funded parks, infrastructure upgrades, and other so-called catalyst projects downtown. The city says they've helped generate nearly $5 billion worth of investment and development, including towers, the arena, and LRT. But after the pandemic interrupted that momentum, council is considering a 10-year extension, which business leaders and downtown boosters say is vital.
We're talking about $550 million in tax uplift that is coming that will be lost without the extension.
One of the projects in line for city funding if the CRL is extended is this event park beside Rogers Place, plus some site servicing for homes north of the arena, all on land owned by the Oilers Entertainment Group.
This is not about the fan park. One councillor is making this about the fan park. This is about downtown Edmonton and the entire city's fiscal sustainability over the next 20 years.
The owners can pay for it themselves. They don't need Edmontonians to pay for this. We have a lot of other priorities that we need to pay for.
The provincial government has committed nearly $130 million to the Ice District projects if the city pitches in millions of public dollars through the CRL.
The province and the Oilers Entertainment Group setting up this deal and then sharing it with Edmontonians. This is not how this should go.
Jans would like to put the event park funding to Edmontonians in a referendum, separating it from the CRL debate, a tax program he otherwise sees as beneficial as it would help build transit, bridges, beautification on Jasper Ave, and more. The event park is expected to be front and center in a public hearing at City Hall Thursday. Jeremy Thompson, CTV News, Edmonton.
And in a statement to CTV News, Municipal Affairs Minister Dan Williams confirms the provincial government will only support a levy extension if the Ice District projects are included. The owner of a 1951 Lincoln Cosmopolitan got a look at his royal restored ride this weekend. This was one of the 60 convertibles the Canadian government purchased for Princess Elizabeth during a trip to Canada before she became queen. 8 students worked on the restoration throughout the year. Ron Lyons owns the car. He was working with Nate to restore vehicles for about 20 years. He says he's impressed by the students' latest efforts.
It looks spectacular, right? Like the flying bird and with the gold and the silver, and I mean they went right through the car. Every little piece was massaged and brought up to like an amazing level. I think the kids and the program here did an amazing job restoring it and invested a lot of time and effort. It turned out beautiful.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. You don't meet a lot of people who can say they worked on a car the Queen sat in. It was nice to come to school and be like, we have the Queen's car sitting in our shop right now.
Lyons plans to drive the Lincoln to car shows this summer. It will then go on display at the Golf Car Museum at Legends Golf and Country Club. Speaking of car shows, many enthusiasts showed off their vehicles over the weekend while raising money for the Ben Stelter Foundation. Cars for Ben was held at Wolf Chevrolet in West Edmonton on Saturday. There was also a silent auction and prizes for families to take home. The money raised here supports the Ben Stelter Foundation, which helps kids fighting cancer. Still to come tonight on CTV News, what's in the works? The interactive art exhibits now on display around Edmonton.
Programming brought to you by K-Days. The 10 best days of summer are back.
The Works Art and Design Festival is back at Churchill Square for its 40th year. For the next 11 days, indoor and outdoor spaces across Edmonton will transform into interactive art exhibits. The festival has partnered with more than 18 art galleries, venues, and events to expand beyond the festival grounds. This year's theme is Groundworks.
If you take a look around, you're going to see a lot of tree sculptures, some flower sculptures, some garden pieces, a lot of very nature-influenced work that relates directly to Groundworks.
The Works and Art Festival includes exhibitions of all shapes and sizes, hands-on activities, and live musical performances. It's free and open to all ages. I'd like the weather to cooperate just a little more before I head out and check out all the festivals this summer, Josh. Not the greatest weather to kick things off.
My wife has been complaining.
Has she? Already?
When is summer finally going to arrive?
There was a bit of that in the newsroom today.
Yeah, I concur. There will be some warmer temperatures over the next couple of days, back into the low to mid-20s. More showers and thunderstorms as well. There's a look through the Action Furnace River Valley Skycam. Action Furnace, fixed rider, it's free. 13 degrees in Edmonton right now. Mixed sun and cloud out there. 14 to the south and Red Deer. Look at Lloydminster's 10 degrees for most of this afternoon. It's been in single digits. A little warmer in the northwest. Fort McMurray, though, is only at 15. You're closer to 20 from Jasper through the Peace Country and up into high level. You get this big area of low pressure. You see that spin, that counterclockwise circulation. So all the severe weather has been in Saskatchewan, but we've had some non-severe thunderstorms in east central and northeastern Alberta. Now across the south. Here in Edmonton early this morning, had a thunderstorm rip through. A little bit of small hail in parts of North Edmonton. Woke a few people up early this morning. These thunderstorms here to the south of Fort McMurray look like they're going to weaken over the course of the next couple of hours, and they will not make it into the Edmonton region. We'll see just a few clouds for the remainder of this evening and overnight tonight. Sunshine to start the day tomorrow. There's some showers that'll develop in through northwestern Alberta in the morning, and so midday, there's a slight risk. You might see a brief spotty shower in and around the Edmonton area. I think most probably all of that stays north of us around lunchtime. The best chance for us will be tomorrow night. Watch these isolated thunderstorms bubbling up through the foothills and into northwestern Alberta. They will track northeast, and so tomorrow night you get a chance of some storms pushing through the Edmonton region. And then for Wednesday, it's a mix of sun and cloud and widely scattered showers or thunderstorms through the afternoon hours in central and northern Alberta. So it'll be pretty hit and miss for the next couple of days, but the chance is there. 4 degrees in Fort McMurray tomorrow morning. Look at Coronation, close to the freezing mark. Same with the Jasper. We'll be down to about 6 degrees here in the city. Daytime highs tomorrow, around 20 with some sunshine across the northeast. There's that chance of showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon in through northwestern Alberta. Of course, you'll have a chance as well in the morning of some showers. Red Deer, this is a late day thunderstorm risk, sort of late afternoon. 21 for a daytime high. Sunshine and 18 in Lloydminster as it warms up a little bit from where you were today. Here in Edmonton, we'll warm into the low 20s. 6 degrees, though, to start, so a crisp start to the day and a little breezy through the afternoon hours. Gusts to about 30 kilometers per hour with a high of around 22 or 23 by late afternoon. Tomorrow night, that chance of a shower or thunderstorm. 25 Wednesday with mixed sun and cloud, chance of an afternoon shower or thunderstorm. And then Thursday night into Friday morning, could see a few pockets of precipitation go through, and we'll be a little cooler, back closer to 20 for a high on Friday. Long-range forecast has some summertime heat by early next week as daytime highs for a couple of days there to close June and start July should be near 30 in the afternoon. So if you're waiting for summer heat, it's just around the corner.
All right, Josh, thank you. The city of Edmonton is getting ready for Canada Day. It says fireworks will be set off at 11 p.m. over the central River Valley. It says there's great viewing locations around the River Valley, including Victoria Park, Ezio Ferrone Park, and the Legislature grounds. You're not allowed to watch from Kinsman Park, though. The city is reminding drivers Canada Day fireworks will mean road closures in the area, which will lead to traffic a couple hours before and after the show. You can find a longer list of those road closures on the City of Edmonton website. When we return, going green and gold, the Edmonton Elks are hoping some local players will help them elevate their game.
It means a lot to me to play here. It's very important to me that this team is successful.
CTV News at 5 continues.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Still ahead on CTV News at 6, a Calgary neighborhood is upset wildlife workers have not removed a bobcat that attacked a woman. Also, some Edmontonians volunteer to pull weeds in public places. We'll explain what's in it for them. And you'll meet a local student defying her medical condition to become a competitor in the world of archery. Those stories and much more on CTV News at 6 with Jeff Hastings. The Edmonton Elks are on the road this Thursday looking for their first win of the season. The team wants to return to former glory both on the field and within the community. As CTV's Evan Kenny reports, they're hoping local players can help them do that.
Has had a quiet day. He may not be a household name, but David Beard has a hand in on every Elks touchdown this season. He's back anchoring the offensive line after spending the past 2 seasons with the Hamilton Tiger Cats.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be a real treat to play in front of the fans, and I hope that they're as excited as we are.
The Sherwood Park product played in Edmonton between 2015 and 2022.
And going through the years and having ups and downs, and then coming here and being just as excited about this year it's a treat.
That same excitement is being felt by 2 other locals. Josiah Shackle and Mark Cordy grew up watching the Double E's win Grey Cups. Shackle is from Sherwood Park, while Cordy was born in Spruce Grove.
As a kid, you always dream like, oh yeah, like I want to play for the Eskimos one day or the Elks now. But actually, like doing it's another thing.
While there's added pressure suiting up for the hometown team, the players say it's an honor to play live in front of friends and family.
It means a lot to me to play here. It's very important to me that this team is successful and that we have good results, especially at home.
Having Morris come in as president, really putting emphasis on family, that's been huge because I have my whole family here. It's great for them to come out to games.
After a few down years for the franchise that included a CFL record losing streak 2 seasons ago, they're excited to show a new and improved product on the field.
Let's go and show the city of Edmonton what it really means to play for this team.
The local players and the rest of the team take on the Winnipeg Blue Bombers on Thursday. They'll return home to host Ottawa the first weekend of July. Evan Kenny, CTV News, Edmonton.
And that's our show. Thanks for watching. I'm Matt Woodman. CTV News continues right now.